Welcome. I want to tell you something honestly. This is not the kind of video where you hear 10 minutes of motivational words, feel good for a short time, and then return to the same life, the same fears, the same pain. No, this is different. This is about truth. This is about something inside all of us. This is about fear, not just the fear you feel before doing something hard, but the quiet fear that controls your life every single day. The fear that hides in your thoughts, in your decisions, in your excuses. The fear that stops you from becoming the person you truly want to be. You see, I'm not here to just inspire you. I'm here to help you see yourself in a new way. Because once you understand the truth about fear, everything begins to change. Let me ask you something. How many times in your life have you said no, and not because you didn't want something, but because you were afraid? How many dreams have you delayed? How many times have you convinced yourself that now isn't the right time? You told yourself, I need more experience, or maybe next year, or what if I fail? But deep inside, if you're really honest, you know the reason was fear. Not logic, not timing, fear. And fear is clever, it knows how to hide. It doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. It whispers things like, you're not good enough, or people will laugh at you, or why try when you'll probably fail? And so you stop. You freeze. You delay your own life. I remember a time when I had an idea. Powerful idea. It wasn't just a dream. It was something I truly believed in. It made my heart race. I thought about it every day. I could see it clearly. But still, I did nothing. Why? Because fear wrapped around me like a thick fog. It made everything unclear. I would sit down, ready to begin, and suddenly I would feel a voice inside say, what if it doesn't work? That voice was fear, and fear didn't scream. It just sat there, quietly, and controlled me. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The idea stayed inside me, growing older, losing its light. And one day I realized I had already failed. Not because I tried and failed, but because I let fear stop me from trying. The worst part is that fear doesn't look like fear. Sometimes it looks like safety. It says, stay here. You're fine. Don't take risks. Promises comfort, but it steals growth. And the truth is, comfort is a beautiful cage. Feels soft, but it keeps you small. You build a life inside that cage. You decorate it. You tell yourself, this is enough. But deep inside, you feel the emptiness. You feel the ache of a life not lived fully. And that ache? That's your soul asking for more. That's your true self trying to break free. But fear is the guard, standing at the door, saying, no, stay inside. I want to tell you something very personal now. One day, I imagined my life 5 years into the future. I closed my eyes and thought, if I keep living like this, where will I be? And what I saw made me want to cry. I saw myself with the same fears, the same excuses, the same life. I saw dreams that never came alive. I saw a version of me who had potential but never used it. That picture, it broke my heart. And in that moment, I understood that fear was not just stealing moments. It was stealing my entire future. That's when I made a decision. I said, no more. I decided to walk through fear, even if my legs shook. Even if I didn't know what would happen. Even if I failed. Because failure is not the worst thing. Regret is. Let me tell you a story that helped me understand fear in a deeper way. There's a story about baby elephants. In some places, when the elephant is very young, the trainers tie one of its legs to a post with a short rope. The baby elephant pulls and pulls, but it cannot escape. Over time, it learns something. It learns that it is weak. It believes the rope is stronger than it is. And so, even as the elephant grows big and strong, even when it could easily break that rope with one step, it doesn't. It doesn't even try. Why? Because in its mind, it is still the same small, weak elephant. And my friend, that is exactly what happens to us. When we were young, someone told us we were not enough. Maybe we failed once. Maybe someone laughed. And from that moment, we believed, I can't. We stopped trying. We stopped dreaming. But the truth is, we're not that small version anymore. We are stronger now, wiser. But fear still ties us to the past. Every person you admire, every successful story you've ever heard, all of them had fear. The difference is they didn't wait for the fear to disappear. They acted anyway. They knew something most people don't. Fear doesn't go away before you act. It goes away after you act. Action is what kills fear. And courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward while still feeling it. I remember the first time I spoke in front of a crowd. I was terrified. My heart beat so fast I could hear it in my ears. My throat felt dry. My hands shook. But I told myself, just speak. Just start. And I did. I wasn't perfect. I forgot some words. But people listened. And after the talk, someone came to me and said, "Thank you. I needed to hear that." That moment would never have happened if I had listened to fear. Fear is not just about public speaking or big dreams. It shows up in small moments too. Fear tells you not to speak your truth in a relationship. It stops you from asking for what you deserve at work. Keeps you quiet when your heart wants to scream. Tells you to stay invisible, to play small, to follow the crowd. But let me tell you the truth, your voice matters. Your dreams matter. You matter. And if you keep waiting for the fear to disappear, you'll wait forever. The only way out is through. You have to move through fear, step into it, feel it, and keep going. That's the only path to freedom. You must understand this deeply. Fear is not here to destroy you. It's just trying to protect you. But it doesn't understand the full picture. It only wants to keep you safe. Safe from pain. Safe from failure. But sometimes, to grow, you need to walk into pain. You need to take risks. You need to lose things to find what's real. That's the cost of living fully. And the people who grow, who succeed, who become their true selves, they are not fearless. They are simply willing to feel fear and do it anyway. There's a beautiful idea from Japan. It's called kintsugi. It means when something breaks, like a bowl or a cup, they don't throw it away. They repair it using gold. The cracks are not hidden. They are filled with beauty. The break becomes part of the story. And I believe people are the same. We break. We fear. We fall. But we can choose to repair ourselves with courage. We can choose to grow stronger, not in spite of our fear, but because of it. Every time we face fear, we earn a golden line in our story. And that is what makes us whole. If you're still listening to this story, I know something about you. I know there is something in your heart waiting to be born. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it's a voice. Maybe it's a life you've been too scared to live. And today I want to tell you, it's possible. It's not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too old. Too far behind. Too unprepared. No, all of those thoughts are fear pretending to be truth. But they are not real. The only thing that's real is what you do next. Will you keep listening to fear? Or will you listen to your soul? Look, fear is always going to be part of your life. It never goes away completely. But it doesn't have to control you. You can still act. You can still love. You can still speak. You can still rise. Because fear may visit, but you don't have to serve it tea. Let it knock. Let it shout. But don't let it choose for you. You choose. You lead. You live. And every time you do, the voice of fear gets quieter. There's a door in front of you. On the other side is everything you want. Joy, meaning, confidence, peace. But guarding that door is fear. Will you turn away, or will you walk toward it? Even if your knees shake, even if your voice trembles. That's what real courage is. Not loud, not perfect, just honest, just brave, just yours. And now I want you to close your eyes. Think of the one thing you've been avoiding. The one thing you keep saying you'll do someday. Now imagine yourself doing it. Not perfectly, but with heart, with truth, with fear by your side but not in control. Can you see it? Can you feel it? That is the real you. The you that fear has been trying to hide. But not anymore. Now you see clearly. Now you understand. The truth about fear is simple. It only has the power you give it. It grows in silence. But it disappears in action. And every time you take one small step toward what scares you, you win. Every time you move even a little, you grow. And that, my friend, is how you take your life back. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait to feel ready. You won't. You never will. But you don't need to. You only need to take one step, and then another, until one day you look back and realize, fear didn't stop you. It only taught you how strong you really are. Because the truth about fear is that it was never bigger than you. You just believed it was. And now you know better.